On the flip side, though, like I think you're right. I think that you should be able to go and like at least attempt to start a conversation if you're approaching it neutrally, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But those people also have a right to be like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to accept that and be like, yeah, cool.
For our final topic, ladies and gentlemen, how can someone who is awkwardly social approach another person as in a way to like maybe ask them out or just trying to see or interact with them without coming out as a creep or a little, pushy? A lot of people have those problems. They don't know how to communicate properly, or they're just too nervous, their confidence lack, and it becomes weird. And the perspective from each point of view is, negative or positive in a way. Pucho showed us a picture of a comment and how woman was saying that all guys are using this as I'm socially awkward because as a way to make us feel bad, to give them gordo, to give them a chance, that we bringing them in to feel bad. And that's a crazy perspective to have.
Well, basically, there's this I don't know who the hell Evie Magazine is, but these people released like an article basically saying 53% of single men don't approach women anymore because they're afraid of coming off as creepy. And their deduction ultimately was, all right, it's time for women to start making the first move if, we want some type of social interaction to continue. And the different like quote tweets that I saw was basically some socially awkward guys basically saying like, yeah, I don't want to make people feel uncomfortable. I know I'm socially awkward, so I'm uncomfortable approaching women. And then other people saying like, this is just men trying to make women feel bad and make them feel guilty because they are actually creeps. But
there's an aspect of it, right? Like I was reading about what do they call it? Weaponized incompetence the other day, and that's it's definitely like an old school thing in like traditionally like your dad claiming I can't figure out the washer, so your mom's just gonna have to do all the laundry. It's weaponized incompetence. My dad is not actually that dumb that he can't figure out the washer, but it's easier to pretend like he is and have someone else do it.
I think both sexes do that too, though.
Yeah, I mean it's not a gendered thing. It's a thing that people do in relationships. I think there's a similar thing here, right? Because you can weaponize a complaint about something or like admission about something to make other people feel bad for you not being able to do this thing. The tweet you read though, I don't think that's what the guy was trying to do. Like that's not how it came off to me. If that's the tweet that they were like in particular like critiquing.
It also sucks too because it's like you don't have to be socially awkward. Like you guys know me, I'm a social butterfly, but it's just like there is a point where you approach someone that you don't know and you're trying to, get to know them, to ask them out or whatever the case may be. And there's still going to be a little bit of nervousness. You just, because whatever you say, first impressions last forever or something like that, whatever the saying is. It's a hit or miss right there. Off rip. You just start off bad. And it's just like guys always have to be the one to start a conversation.
Initiate.
Yeah, it's just every now and then. You could be able to read the room too, though, right? Like if a girl, you guys are eyeing each other, the lip locking or whatever it is that people
they respond well to the Tony lip bite. By the way, you're the biggest creep if you're pulling that lip bite off.
I'm the biggest creep.
Millions of women around the world have felt assaulted when they saw your lip bite. I just want you to know that. Millions. No. All jokes aside, you're saying that you could read the room if people are like looking at you and kind of it seems like you're reciprocating
like a little
some
vibe
type of attraction or whatever.
Yeah. Then that's when you should approach.
I think some people have a hard time reading those.
Well, yeah, I mean, like we all know guy friends that the waitress is friendly, and they're like, she's into me.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get her. I'm gonna write my number on the receipt when I hand it to her.
if you
Yeah, I
do
know
that
enough
and
guys who
don't
try to hit on the bartender or the stripper at the strip club. They're like, she totally wants me, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, the attract, like, it's so difficult because, like, I feel like the different things that, like you're saying, right? Like, women being forward is considered whorish, so women can't be forward socially because then they'll be ostracized by society. Like, a woman that approaches a man, a man might be like, oh man, she must approach a lot of dudes. I can't hook up with her, you know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, I feel like like sometimes people are locking each other into the social dynamics that they're in, even though they both want them to be different, you know what I mean?
We and men in particular created all the social dynamics currently, and then now we're complaining about the way that that some aspects of them are. It's interesting.
I didn't create anything. So.
Oh, I'm not saying us specifically, but you know, yeah, I don't know. I think that I do think that there's a lot of people that are just bad at reading the room in general. I will tell you, I don't want to be approached at the gym. If I'm at the gym, I'm working out. I don't want anyone bugging me. I don't. It doesn't matter. I barely like running into like friends I know at the gym. I definitely don't want anyone that I don't know approach me at the gym. So I feel that. I feel like when women post things about like being approached at the gym. I've also seen examples where it's obvious bullshit. Like, what is that one where the chick said, "This guy won't stop coming up to me," and the guy goes up to her. He's like, "Can you please stop filming?" He's like, "I'm just trying to do sets in the background, and then you keep saying that I'm watching you. I just don't want to be filmed." Like,
That's a real twist.
Yeah, the gym filmers is crazy. That's a whole other thing. There's a lot of men that get like posted all over social media for being creeps when they're just being completely normal at the gym. They'll be like at the gym, they see a camera and they glance at it like 3 times, and then they'll get posted on social media like, look at this creep trying to figure out how to approach me at the gym. It's like, damn, like, you know, it's like, or like the guys that just like walk by while some girls like working out, and then they get all pissed off, and it's like, dude, like, you're filming across a hallway, across a walkway. Or like all them people that be filming in bathrooms. You notice how many people take pictures of themselves at the gym in a bathroom?
Yes.
That's crazy to me. That's like a super violation. Like, even if you're trying to be careful, it's like you shouldn't be filming the bathroom. That just feels like an insane violation of privacy. Like,
gyms should just be a 0 camera place. Like, there should not be cameras in the gym. I don't
it
want.
should be a phone basket. Everybody got to put their phones in a basket. when they're filming.
Facts, dude. I don't want to be filmed all sweaty and red and huffing and puffing, trying to push the barbell off so I don't die. Like, no, thank you. Keep your camera away.
That whole gym recording thing is crazy. The people
But
just
they'll
do
record
it
a
for show.
fat person and they make fun of them on social media. It's like the fat guy in the gym is the person we should be commending. That guy's working hard to
Trying to
change
work
his
out.
life. Like, I don't know.
Absolutely.
But sorry, where are like?
Where are the acceptable places to approach someone? Because I feel like there's a lot of unacceptable places to kind of loop it back around. I feel like the gym is normally not an acceptable place to approach someone trying to hit on them or get a date or numbers or whatever, right? And I think that most places are just don't approach someone. Don't approach someone while they're working. Don't try to get the coffee girl's name. Don't try to get the girl at the video game store's number. Like, don't bug people when they're working. I feel like don't approach someone when they're working, right?
Unless they are showing you signs that they're like into you.
Then that
I
could
would
be
say.
anywhere. That could be in a gym.
That's complicated though, right? Because like if you're working customer service, your job is to make the customer feel like you're there to help them and be friendly to them.
Yeah.
But there's a difference, though.
I
You
feel
know
like,
there's a
I
little.
feel like if
Hell,
you're no, you don't
sometimes.
know. I don't think so. I think if you go to a place often
Yeah.
and you kind of build a rapport with somebody,
what I'm
I
talking
think
about.
that's different.
That's
But
what
I don't think you should be going to a place a few times and you run into somebody there and they're nice to you, and that's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a conflict of interest at somebody's job. Like if somebody's approaching you trying to like get your number and stuff like that, like your job tells you that you need to be polite to these people. So all these interactions could come off as like, oh, she's cool with me asking these questions and this, that, and the third. And she's not telling me a hard no. So it must be like this gray area. And it's like, it's just like, you probably shouldn't just be approaching people at work unless the signs are crazy. Like, unless the signs are crazy. But in general, I don't think you should. I feel like there's a conflict of interest there, and I don't know.
Same line of thought. I'm not a fan of dating at work. To bring it to a conversation that never happened. I don't want a coworker to ask me out. I don't want to give a coworker my phone number in a non-work related way for the most part. Like,
that's probably the most norm thing than anything else, honestly. Work with somebody, you guys have some type of relationship, that's friends, and then that's more normal to me than someone trying to hit somebody on the gym or at their job and you don't work there. You know what I mean? That's more acceptable. I think that
I don't know. I've worked in like such professional environments.
Yeah.
It's just not it's not a level of like nonsense that I want to deal with. Like, why would I want to date someone that I work with when there's so many other options that come with less drama and less potential for drama, right?
I could see people hooking up at like Best Buy if they work there together and shit like that. Maybe like Lowe's or Home Depot, maybe some situation like that, but not in like a professional setting. Maybe less in a professional setting.
Obviously,
but like
anywhere
retail
socially.
and shit like that.
Yeah, anywhere socially, like a bar or like an outing event or something, like anything that's just
Not
constant.
even at that. Well, yeah, I guess at the bar it's easier because
you're drinking, you're there to relax, have a good time, meet people. You're not going to a bar to sit there to be lonely. You go to
I think it depends on the dynamic of the workplace. Like, I've worked in places where everybody was like crazy friendly, and like hanging out outside of work was the norm.
Yeah, you were partying every weekend or something,
right? And it's like, all right, that type of setting, you're really getting to know people, especially if it's outside of a work environment. I agree with Mateo. I would not want the drama of having a workplace romance, but I could understand two people like approaching each other or something like that. I think in general, again, coworkers have this conflict of interest where you need to be polite and professional to your coworkers. So even if somebody's like trying to like have conversation that you don't want to entertain, you're kind of inclined to entertain it so that you're not being rude or something like that. And somebody else could take that as, oh, they must be really into me. They're having all this conversation with me. It's like, it's like, yeah, you should probably stop. Like, you're being a creep.
Here's
HR complaint.
Here's a rule. I think I'm curious what y'all think about for like hitting on someone at the bar. Don't hit on someone at the bar if you're already drunk. You're not going to be at the top of your game. You're not going to be able to read those social cues properly. Like, your perception is off. Maybe don't be drunk when you're hitting on someone at the bar.
Yeah, and also, like, when you're drunk, you're more liable to drop your standards that you have for whoever guy or girl your standards start becoming lower and lower to, like, oh, hey, what's up? And then that's how one night stands happen most of the time. But
I'm a very fun drunk, so I tend to be more chatty and stuff like that when I'm drinking. So
probably more creepy too.
yeah,
Probably. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm with Mateo. I think if you're getting drunk, I think like a few drinks in, that's whatever. But I think once you're like at the where you're drunk, I agree. You probably shouldn't be approaching people. Like, you might say some shit, and I don't know.
yeah, for sure.
Know.
I mean, we've all been at the bar with the two
what's
drunk
the
guy
right
trying to
way?
hit on someone, right?
What's the right way to hit on someone at the bar?
Yeah,
Is it just the classic, like you see the girl that you're attracted to, you buy them a drink and just see what the response?
you could.
I don't think that one works. I
don't think I've never done this. I'm just
I've
curious.
had a woman's bought me a drink. I was in there like swimwear, bro. I love that. I was like, yes, that was awesome.
You ran over
So-
there as soon as you got the drink. You took the drink over there to have conversation.
He ran over. He spilled half of it when he was running over there.
Yeah, I went over. I said, "What's up?" They told me, "Hey, this lady wants to buy you a shot," and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah." I took the shot. We cheers each other, and I went over and sat next to her, and it was a good time.
did she
so
take a shot with you?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Damn. All right, that's fine.
Well, she can sip whatever she's sipping too. It doesn't. You don't have to take a shot.
I mean, if you're gonna do the giving someone a drink thing, like that's the best way to do it is through the bartender, right? No one wants you to just hand them a drink at the bar if you don't know them.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But I think, like I said, there's ways that you can tell if somebody wants to be talked to, if somebody is just chilling there with their friend. I'm not saying that you can't just walk up. You should be able to walk up to somebody and be like, hey, what's up? And want to talk to them in like a social setting. I would say like there's better times for it. But if you just want to walk up and say hello to people and try to like, if that's your shtick, if you're good at it, if that's the way you make friends, then I don't know. It's not my way of making friends. That's just weird.
On the flip side, though, like I think you're right. I think that you should be able to go and like at least attempt to start a conversation if you're approaching it neutrally, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But those people also have a right to be like, nah, we're good.
Yeah.
And you got to be able to accept that and be like, yeah, cool, out.
Facts.
It's even harder to approach a woman when they're with all their friends.
I don't think you approach someone when I think that the most of the time you don't approach a big group of friends. It's like I'm just gonna put myself in there and see which one of these women takes my bait when I'm trying to hit on people.
No, like you see one girl that you like and you can kind of tell maybe that they're single or whatever. You just go up and you approach them and talk to them. Their friends will like kind of sit back and just do the whispering thing. Some girls like that. A guy who's enough, like, not cockiness, but, has that confidence to a woman with all her friends. You pull up and you talk to her and try to get to know them. They like that stuff too. But, like, again, you got to read the room. If you know it's looking bad, get the fuck out. Because then you become the creep. That's the last thing you want to be labeled as.
Oh, man, then you got to leave the bar because you're just sitting there while there's an entire group of people that you're pretty sure just talking shit about you.
Yeah, you ruined the bar experience for sure.
See, that's why I say, like, I'm good on it. That's not my preferred move.
I've made friends not in those ways. So there's different ways to make friends at the bar. You don't always have to like walk up to people. I've just, you know what I mean? I met a lot of people and neither of them have been like me trying to go up and introduce myself.
See, I met plenty of people just sitting at the bar minding my damn business.
Same.
Guys and girls. They'll be like, oh, da 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 da. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? You're right. Like, and then boom.
It helps when you're obnoxious for sure. Like, yeah. Come on, you're obnoxious, Tony. I'm obnoxious.
I'm at the bar by myself watching.
You'll
a
be at the
sports
bar
game.
watching the game, and every time something you don't like happens, you just start screaming. People are gonna engage with that. Like, yeah, somebody might be like, "Oh, you're a Cowboys fan?" Boom, conversation started, and that came from your being obnoxious. We've had similar situations. Like, for example, like, I'm obnoxious when we're at the bar and I'm screaming at the top of my lungs singing Sweet Caroline and everybody starts singing with us and everybody wants to now hang out with us. It's like that occurred because I was obnoxious. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, sometimes being obnoxious helps.
Also, just looking like an outsider, or not an outsider, but like an out of town person. Instantly it's like a grab on the tape. Like they just pull you in. Like, oh, where are you from? Because they can just
wants
tell
you to wear those like tourist chancletas that they be wearing to get to the Disney with the khakis. You got the backpack, you got the drink on your head. You walk into the bar like that, people will know he's not from here. He's touristing right now. You got the Mickey Mouse ears. They'll know he's touristing.
Butch,
and then they'll just approach you.
Butch, I've got a complaint about you, by the way.
Oh,
this road trip playlist that you made me did not have the song "Sweet Caroline" on it.
Wow!
It didn't.
How dare you?
It's not a road trip. It's not on my road trip rotation. So yeah.
That is fair. I was riding by myself. It would have been weird just me screaming the lyrics by myself.
All by himself.
Also, I want to remind people it matters. What you wear also matters. Put on your good clothes when you go outside to talk to people. Make sure you take a shower. Fix your hair. Go get a haircut. And like these things will dramatically increase how the outside world views you and will interact with you. You know what I mean? A lot of
Put
people
some cologne on.
put some
Smelling
gold-
good helps.
Some cologne.
Yeah,
on.
some
Yeah,
people.
wait, when I say
Drown
cologne,
yourself in that
buy
shit.
a good quality cologne. Don't be spraying Axe. Don't be the Axe guy. Nobody likes to smell the Axe guy.
Yeah. So like those things also help. Like cut your nails. You just gotta do some of these things, you know.
Look the part. Look like you want to sell yourself, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it. Very simple.
Yeah, I think yeah. Grooming is like the number one reason why people want nothing to do with you is your lack of grooming.
Yes.
My daughter's knocking on the door. Yeah, just getting a haircut, taking a shower, using some lotion, using some cologne, some decent clothing, like goes a long way.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you stuck with us through this entire episode and you're loving the flow, you're loving everything, share, like, comment. We love the comments. We read the comments. And
We live for the comments. All right.
we live for it. And as always, people, go one up yourself. Peace.